Okay, so let's start today's session. Okay, so I have so many interesting things to discuss and I have so many details to share with you all. So in today's class, I have a lot of beginners and also there are a lot of people who are already working. So I will try to balance it out and I'll teach you what is data analysis is all about and why it is important for everybody to learn and understand data analysis. So before explaining, I would give you a real-time example. I will try to keep it as simple as possible. I will try to answer the questions during the session or after the session, I will try to answer your questions. So without any delay, we will quickly jump into, what is or how do I explain data analysis? Okay, so only if I explain data analysis with the simplest example, you will be able to understand why is it important and what are the things that is involved in data analysis and how data analysis is used by a small organization to big giant organizations, and we will see more details in it. And remember, the next 5, 8, 10 to 20 years, data analysis, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and so many other AI ecosystem would be ruling the market. So if you are learning this, if you have a sound knowledge about this one, this will really help you and this will place you in the forefront. Okay, so without any delay, I will go ahead and explain uh, data analysis. Okay, now data analysis. Before I explain what is data analysis, I want you to imagine a fruit basket. Okay, what I wanted you to imagine, I wanted you to imagine a fruit basket, a basket which is having, imagine this container is a fruit basket and you have a lot of fruits in it. Say for example, you have mangoes in that particular fruit basket, you also have bananas in that fruit basket. Okay, and also you have oranges in that fruit basket. So in that fruit basket, how many fruits are there? Quickly, can anybody say how many fruits are there? Three fruits are there. Not only one mango, not only one banana, not only one orange. There are so many mangoes, so many bananas, and so many oranges in that fruit basket. Clear? So we call this state as collect the fruits. Okay, we call this, in an English term, we call this as collecting the fruits or collect the fruit. In technical terms, yeah, we call something called collection to this particular. Okay, you are in a fruit basket. In the fruit basket, imagine this is a fruit basket. Okay, in that basket, you're having mangoes, you're having bananas, you're having oranges, and putting all together, collecting all the fruits, we call it as collect the fruits. Okay, in common terms. But in technical terms, we are collecting, we call it as data collection. Okay, now you might ask me a question, why do we have to collect the data? Or what are the different forms of data? Say for example, I'll give you one real-time example. Your Gmail, whatever you are using, it has a lot of email data in it. Okay, it has a text data in your YouTube, whatever you are using, it has a lot of video format data in it. And you are using a OneDrive, Google Drive, or a Dropbox. It has a lot of storage space where you can store text data or document data or video data or picture data. So data exists in different formats. So you are collecting all these data and keeping it, and we are trying to do something, we are trying to build or we are trying to find some meaning out of it. Now you're okay with an imagine a fruit basket which has so many mangoes, so many bananas, and so many oranges, and this part of stage we call it as data collection. In common terms, we call it as we are collecting the fruits. Okay, the next stage, when we go to the next stage is also quite interesting. Imagine you are collecting all these fruits. You have an acre of 1 acre of mangoes, you have 1 acre of bananas, you have 1 acre of oranges. Do you think all the mangoes that you have harvested from your field will be very good? Not necessarily, right? Some might be rotten, some might be it would be with the dirt. So they all the mangoes, all the bananas, and all the oranges cannot be in the same exact way, and it cannot be perfect. Okay, So some might be rotten and some might have some dirt in it. So before selling them to the market or before using them, you need to wash them and throw away the bad ones and keep the good ones. So we clean the fruits. So you clean the fruits by, you are throwing away the rotten ones and you're throwing away the dirts, you're washing them and making sure only the good ones you are keeping, right? So this part, that's the same thing also we do it in data. There would be so many huge amount of data. Sometimes the data would be, would not be in the right format. There might be some mistakes in the data, so there might be some missing values in the data. So we call this particular stage data cleaning. What do we call it as? Quickly, what do we call?
Data cleaning.
Data cleaning. So this part, let us clean the fruit. First fruit basket, and then we have the clean the fruits. And in the clean the fruits, there might be some rotten ones and there might be some dirt ones. So we are trying to wash them and throw away the bad ones and keep the right ones. So this is stage we call it as data cleaning. Clear? Can I go to the next part? Okay. In the next part, you have in the fruit basket, remember very well, you have mangoes all together, bananas all together, oranges all together. So the in the one fruit basket you have bananas, oranges, and mangoes, everything put together. But you will not be able to understand or draw some value out of it, because you need to separate the mangoes into one pile, bananas into another one, and oranges into another container. Yes or no? Sort and count. Yes or no? You need to do what? Yeah, you need to sort and count. This is what you will be doing, because you will keep aside all the mangoes in one container, you will keep aside all the bananas in one container, and you will keep aside all the oranges in one container. What you are technically doing, you're sorting and also you are counting how many numbers are there. For example, 100 mangoes could be there, and 500 bananas could be there, and 300 oranges could be there. You are sorting it and counting it. And this part what you are doing, we call, in technical terms, we call it as organizing data. So what we are doing here we are trying to sort and count we are doing. Okay. So we understood collecting the fruits and then cleaning the fruits, that is data cleaning, and then organizing the fruit, that is sorting and counting. Yes, yes. The next step, you need to understand that you should find how many fruits are there. We have mangoes there, we have bananas there, we have oranges there. Now only three fruits are there, and then you have sorted and counted it. Now, based on these three fruits, what are the three fruits available? So let me quickly write it down. I have mangoes. I have mangoes. So mangoes is available all throughout the year, or is it only available in summer? It is only available in summer. Okay. And then you can also, looking into these fruits, you can also understand that bananas are not only there only in summer or winter or in monsoon or in other place. It is available all throughout the year. So I write bananas are, I am saying that, always available. Okay, always available. And then there is one more thing, there is oranges are not present every time. Yes, oranges are present only when during winter. So I will say oranges are present only during winter. Now, if you can see from the data, you have three fruits, mangoes, bananas, and oranges. You very well know from your common understanding, mangoes will be available only in summer, bananas will be available all throughout the year, and oranges will be available only during winter. So based on this one, are you able to, because you know about the fruits and you know when the fruits are available, you can use something using this fruits. You are able to find some patterns. Those patterns are nothing but, you are able to discover a pattern. You are able to say that, when mangoes will be available, when bananas will be available, and when oranges will be available. So based on this patterns, you will tell, you will make a decision saying that we can sell more mangoes in summer and plan to store oranges for winter. I can say that sell more mango juice, sell more mangoes summer, okay? And then what I will try to do here is, I will try to say that, to store oranges. Okay, now I'm going to give you a little more deeper insight, so that, you will be able to understand more in detail. Okay, that's it. Okay, now the next important thing what I like to discuss here is, I'm trying to give you some real-time example. How many of you have seen Zepto? Do you know Zepto? This is an e-commerce site where you get at the blink of your site, you can place orders and you can get your groceries to fruits and vegetables, and everything will be delivered, instantaneously. Okay, now looking at this site, this is very important classical example about where how data analysis is used in this application. Okay, now every time when you are opening Zepto will not display the home page as it is for everybody. Say for example, if you are opening Zepto in your profile, okay, it will list what you have used based on whatever you have ordered in the past. It will place those orders in your home page, and what you are likely that you will be ordering, it will analyze and place only those items in your Zepto homepage. This, in technical terms, we call it as config driven UI. Okay, what do we call it as? Config driven UI. Now, very simple, any site, if you are going, say for example, if you are going to any standard site, you are going to Apple website. Now when you're going to Apple website will never change it'll never change its UI for every individual user. Anytime today, if you are opening Apple website in any part of the world, you will have the homepage with this iPhone only. It will not change for every individual user. But Zepto is not like that. Zepto is using data analysis brain behind the scene, and it will load and it will only try to show what are the items that you have purchased in the past and what you are likely to purchase in the future. Only those items, and the UI screen for Zepto will change from one user to another user. We call that as configure driven UI, and this configure driven UI is completely based on data analysis. So even your Swiggy, for this matter, not only Zepto, even Swiggy, for this matter, Swiggy at right now, based on your location, based on who the user is, it will load the UI, the home page, customized to you. Okay, so that is how, your data analysis is playing a very vital role. Now coming back to this session, we understood what is data analysis. Data analysis is all about collecting the data and cleaning the data, organizing the data, and try to find some insights from the data. And based on the insight, we are trying to make some business decisions. Okay. You have visited Talasari restaurant. Okay. In Talasari restaurant, is coffee sold high in numbers, or lemon tea or black tea or tea are sold in high in numbers? Quickly. I believe that lemon tea and tea are the only one
Lemon tea.
sold high, because Talasari is known for teas and lemon teas and black teas and sort of different snack. Coffees will not run in this particular Talasari restaurant so high. So a shopkeeper, if you are the owner of Talasari, will you stock more coffee powder or more tea powder? Definitely based on the historical data, based on how many people and how much tea consumption is there in Talasiri restaurant, you will definitely store more tea powder than coffee powder. Clear? So this is how you are trying to derive data and how it can impact a business. So this is how you will be seeing how data analysis is used in day-to-day life, and how data analysis plays an important role in all the business. So quickly, let me give you some pointers so that no need to worry about the notes and all. I will give you all the notes. Just sit and listen in the class, so that I will prepare the entire notes and give it to you. You have to, after the class, you can sit and listen and go through the video and also the notes. That's more than enough. Okay. Now I want to tell you few things here. Okay. We understood what is data analysis in the rough part, but let me break it down to some extent so that you understand more in detail. Okay. Data analysis. Data analysis. Okay, in data analysis, what we generally do is we find patterns in information. We find patterns in information. Okay, as I told you in the in some time before, the Talasari finds pattern that only tea is sold exclusively. So they try to find patterns in the information that, how many tea orders, how many teas they have sold. Based on that one, they are able to place, or they were able to find some patterns in it, and based on these patterns they are trying to make some smart decision with fact. We make a smart decision with the fact. When I say data analysis or data analyst, people who are working on data analysis, we call them as data analyst. Okay, so when I say we, I mean that, we are all data analysts find patterns in information, or we as data analysts find patterns in information, and we make smart decisions with the facts that is available. Okay, now in the next class I'm going to discuss about what does a data analyst, what does a data analyst do, so that, from an industry perspective. Say for example, I'm going to take you to a big multinational company, and I'm going to explain what does this data analyst do in a multinational organization, and what is the day-to-day work that they are going to do, and how these people are making, business decisions, and how they are helping the stakeholders take the business decision. So we will be understanding what does a data analyst do, and when you are trying to understand this one, you will be able to get more detailed understanding about what is the roles and responsibilities also here. So I will be discussing the roles and responsibility of a data analyst. Okay. So what does a data analyst do? Their core responsibilities we will be discussing, and later in the next step, I will be explaining a real world life cycle of a data science project. What I will be explaining? Real world life cycle of a data science project. Because once I explain it to you in simple terms, when you understand this one, you will be able to later pick up the technical terms easily. If I directly get into the technical terms, you will not be able to understand why would I do this one, what are the reasons behind it, and what are the hows and do's, will be a question. So that is why I'm trying to explain what does a data analyst do, what is the core responsibilities, and what is the real world life cycle of a data science project looks like. Okay, all these examples I will be trying to explain in a simple common word, so that even a person, who has basic understanding of English would be able to understand and appreciate this is a technical subject, and once if you are investing your time in learning this one, I'm 100% sure that you will have a very good career, and I promise you that, if you are following all these things, the next 5 8 to 10 years, this data analysis, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and so many other technologies are based about on data analysis only. So if you understand this one, this is the fundamental, this is the core block, this is the very important part. If you are strong in this one, then you can learn other things, and you can also use this data analysis in whichever field. If you are a teacher, if you are a student, or if you are in different fields, this can help you to build good reports and try to find patterns. Clear? So we will do an end-to-end project with all the technologies that we have learned, and you can also show this on your resume, and I will try to build your resume, and also I will try to help you put all your projects in a GitHub repository, so that you can also share with your friends and your circle, so that they will also know what you are doing. So this is not a project that is only limited to only learning or slides. It's a hands-on project. Once we get the momentum, and then we would try to float in more. Okay.